Hello Redditors, welcome back to Tales Against Humanity. Now, let's get started. In today's episode, the nice guy who lied to his date about who he was. Long ago, I was waiting tables and had a two-top. They looked to be on a date, both were dressed up. She ordered a salad and him a burger. She her head to the side when he said that and said, "I thought you were vegan." He laughed it off, said he was but that sometimes he splurged. She didn't look happy about that but said nothing. All I could think of was awkward. He ordered a Guinness halfway through his meal and she raised an eyebrow at that too. "Wait a second. You said you don't drink either." He laughed it off again, saying he meant hard alcohol. Certainly beer wasn't an issue. I stuck away, but listened to them argue behind a server stationer. I specifically wrote on my profile that I was vegan and didn't drink. And waving his hand at her, "One beer isn't an issue. Plus, I haven't had meat in ages, at least a few weeks." "Just because you don't, doesn't mean your man can't." I was looking for like-minded men. Someone who also doesn't eat meat or drink. He cut her off. "You know, I saw that on your profile, but I figured once you met me you'd be open to it. Once you get to know me. I'm a great guy. You should give me a chance despite our small differences." So far 2 important facts you told me about yourself were lies. I got busy and had to go do something, damn it. When I looked back, the woman was gone. She had pretended to go to the bathroom, found another server, gave him money, and told him to give it to me. Then she fled the restaurant. Her date waited a bit and then started looking toward the bathroom to see where she was. I brought the check and had updated it to show the payment she had made. And after looking at the bill, she paid for her food. Where'd she gone? "I think she may have left, sir." Him, angry, well, I shrugged. He got up, went to the women's bathroom door and knocked on it, calling her name. When nobody came out, he pushed the door open. I was about to tell him to get out of the women's restroom, but he saw it was empty and returned to the table. Digging for his wallet, he loudly complained about his date ditching him. He started telling the tables around him that his date had been and taken off. He used words like whore and tease. I was shocked and they all looked uncomfortable. When I picked up his CC to run it, he spit at me her loss. "I make great money and have a big house. I have a boat." I dropped his receipt while internally rolling my eyes at him. He had lied to her about who he was and it was her loss. Yeah, okay. Up until then, I had never encountered a r/nice guys before. What a tool. Story 2. They are, in fact, a couple. I work in a nice restaurant in a rural area, and there's this pair of gentlemen maybe in their 40s that I've served several times over my 2 years working here. They have this full 80s professor aesthetic between them, and I always wondered if they were a couple from them. First time I'd served them, they only ever come in with women who seem like strict friends, and they always come in together, but they never say anything outright or act obviously like a couple, and I'd hate to assume. Well, finally this past weekend, they said something while I was kind of slow on business and making conversation, and they remember me serving them when they came in the day after their wedding. Just a really cool pair of guys, and I'm glad they decided to trust me with that information in an area where it's not always accepted as easily. Story 3. Was handed my first allergy cards. It's a 6-stop family. They had a reservation, so this was a pre-planned outing. I give my greeting and they hand me these cards. Life-threatening allergies: soy, peanuts, tree nuts, shellfish, dairy, eggs, gluten, barley, oats, peas, probably 3 more I'm forgetting. Keep in mind this is 7:30 p.m. on Easter Sunday and they didn't think to make any prior arrangements. They just showed up and handed me these cards. They're interested in the mussels. I check, and the sauce is dairy. We cannot substitute. Well, maybe we could with some notice. Or if it wasn't Easter dinner time at a hopping restaurant FFS. Okay, how about the carne pizza with a gluten-free crust for an appetizer? Awesome, only 5 ingredients for me to track down. I'll be right back. Except table 93 just got sat sense. Under normal circumstances, this 6-stop would have drinks and orders in by now. I greet 93, grab their drinks and see that 602 is done eating. I clear their plates, print their check, and then go try to find the box of frozen GF pizza crusts so I can read the ingredients. May contain eggs. Oof. I head back to the table to let them know. Oh, that's okay, as long as it doesn't have eggs in it. Now my spidey sense is tingling. That's not how life-threatening allergies work. Contamination is a huge issue, and the "may contain" warning on the label is for exactly these circumstances. Oh well, now I have to look for the packaging on the pepperoni and the sausage. But first, 93 needs to order and needs bread, and 602 has their credit card in the book and has propped it up for me to see. And table 92 just got sad. I take care of all of them and then start digging in the coolers for meat packaging. 10 minutes of digging, and I am pretty sure the packaging is all gone. I can't find any ingredients at all. I head back to let them know. They have now been sitting for 4 to 5 minutes, ordered only water one. I pass 92 off to someone else and tell the hostess to leave me alone until this nightmare table is gone. Sorry guys, I cannot confirm a single ingredient in the pepperoni or sausage. Oh, that's okay, we'll be fine. You can put that in. What? At this point, I'm sort of done with this charade and giving them options, so I say as far as entrees go. I happen to be allergic to soy myself, and I can tell you there's one thing I can eat here, the bolognese with no cream added. They all just looked at me and one by one said that would be fine. They tipped $1.50 on $200, so there's that. Story 4. I went out with people who didn't tip, and I feel horrible. My boyfriend's mom and I were celebrating our birthday, 4/30 and 4/28, at a seafood restaurant with my BFS sister and my BF. The service was cool, it wasn't slow, and the waitress wasn't rude or anything. When it was time to pay me and my BF's bill was about $1.68. I put in $1.70 and was going to add $5, thinking everyone, 4 of us, was also going to add a similar amount. My BF took the $5 and said that the leftover change was enough. The change was like $1 in some sense. I tried to explain to him that that wasn't enough, thinking that his mom would speak up, but his mom and his sister both said that they weren't leaving a tip because the waitress' husband/family owned the place and they had money. Imagine my horror when I heard that. She gave us good service, kept our drinks refilled, and y'all just aren't gonna tip. Then when his sister paid, her leftover change was like $3, and the waitress didn't give her the change back, and the sister literally waited for her to speak to her so she could give it back. I went to bathroom so they could leave so I could give a bigger tip, but when I came out I didn't see the waitress and everyone was in the car waiting. I feel so bad. I can't believe that they just refused! I went to a restaurant with my mom and my family the following day, and my mom paid for 3 meals and I left a $1.10 tip for us 3, and still my mom left a few extra dollars. It really bothers me because we're all black and there's already stereotypes that black PPL don't tip, but I had never experienced that until that day.